Hello, thanks for watching again. Today I'm just going to review something I've been working on. It's actually only about half done. Unfortunately kind of common. But it's kind of a good stopping point for me to review, and I really wouldn't have any updates if I didn't do kind of a halvesy thing, because this has taken me quite a bit of time with a little bit of a failure. But I'll show you and walk you through what I'm working on right now, and it's actually a good launching point if you want to take it now and go in a direction that you know, something you want to work on. I'm about to kind of customize it for one particular thing. But today I'm working with a PIC clicker little PIC. It's 18F47J53 development board. It's a microelectronica product, and it has a GPS-2 click sitting on top of this. The click board is it's really just a development board sitting on their Mikroe bus. It's a neat little bus specification, I guess, that they have. It's just really just a bunch of pins sitting on some 2.54 millimeter set of headers. Real neat idea if you want to use some development boards they have. You could easily put this on your own board and use these boards. You don't necessarily have to use theirs, but in this case, this PIC clicker, well, it's been a little bit of a pain. It's actually a nice board, and I'll go through that. I'm going to bring you in now and kind of show you everything real close, and we'll walk through this all. So here's my project right here. This is a GPS-2 click development board that is just sitting on top of this little PIC clicker PIC development board. Again, uses this microbus. All of this stuff here is from Microelectronica. That's Mikroe.com. Just out of full disclosure, they actually gave me this GPS-2 click board free of charge, and then the guy was kind of joking with me because I had originally used one of their well, actually I guess it's this board here. I'll reach over. It's just a little perf board that they have, and I was plugging it in backwards. Maybe I thought it looked better that way, I guess. I don't know. But anyhow, so he just shot me an email, and it was actually quite funny, and they gave me this board, which is nice. And they didn't just give me this board, they let me pick any board, and they have dozens of boards. Like, it looks like just on their website over 50, all sorts of stuff, and it was actually a really hard choice to pick this one in particular. But I have a guy I've been talking with overseas that it's having a problem. Well, he found my website by my WWVB little, mock transmitter test, and he has a WWVB watch that he wants to synchronize, but of course in their country they can't, they don't get reception from the transmitter in Fort Collins, Colorado. So he was asking me if it was possible to come up with something like I had to update his watch, and he was talking about NTP and Raspberry Pis, and here's my Pi with that Toy Maker's board that I got. But this is the last time I touched it. It was when I was playing with this board, and I just I'm not great on the Pi yet. I really haven't put any time into it, and it's just not going to happen there. So I thought, okay, you know what? We'll do a GPS. That'll work out. So here it is. It doesn't look very exciting, right? But there's the active antenna input here. Right now, all these clips here are all my logic analyzer sitting right here. This guy is just a, so I think it's smart board. Yeah, it's just a TTL level to RS-232, and then this is the RS-232 to USB converter, because try finding a computer with a RS-232 port anymore. But this is just strictly to read the UPS data off of the pin here. Really, I've been doing all my debugging with this logic analyzer. I'm really excited for these guys for their new logic one. I pre-ordered it. We'll see how when it shows up. I think it's Sele is the company. Oh, I think that's how you pronounce it anyways. And of course this is my my PIC Kit 3 for the programming. So I swear I tried in good faith to use their Mikroe Pro compiler, and then this thing actually has, when you get it, this board has a bootloader in it, and I don't know, I suck, I guess. It's a little different than MPLabX from Microchip, and I could not get this thing to trigger an interrupt off the receive buffer. I have no idea why. I put it out in the forums, and I got try putting the LED flasher. I did all that, of course. I had to, you know, the probe set up. I just couldn't figure it out. So I gave up on that. And I said goodbye, Mr. Bootloader, and I hooked up my PIC Kit 3 here directly to the pins, and I just wrote it in MPLabX with the XC8 C compiler. Still not super awesome at C, but I'm getting to be not bad, so that's fun. And really, this whole thing was actually really easy to set up. The only difficult part was actually, again, because of this PIC clicker, this microcontroller has two RS-232 ports on it, and one of them, they stuck the part of, well, anyways, there was some port configuration, so they used TX2 RX2 for the RS-232, and then you had to use the peripheral port select IO port configuration to actually put the UART on some peripheral select pins, which was especially painful for me. I've never tried it before. I muddled through it and I finally got it working. So now I have this thing, I start it up and I get this GPS running in the code, and then I have it, start reading the UART data out of here. And I did a lot of other stuff, but it boiled down to I just wanted to make sure I had a lock, and if I knew that I could read that I had a lock and I'm reading all the data good, then I knew I could just pick up the time and I would be solid. So right now I'm just reading my some of my GPS data, and this guy here, this little LED that I think you can see is on. If you can't, just trust me, it's on. That's actually my lock light, and if I unscrew this antenna, let me see if I can do it. Well, you can still see. No, probably not. I'll try. So if I unscrew my little active antenna here, I'll lose lock. I lost it. I'll plug it back in, and there it goes, it's back. So this GPS 2 clipboard is actually really easy to set up. It's super awesome. It's not really noisy. I mean, it doesn't throw out a lot of garbage I don't need. So I like this board a lot. Yeah, and the PIC clicker even is a really nice development board. I still like my other little development boards, but I tell you what, if I was starting out all over again and I had to learn C, I probably would have been a lot better off had I started out with these any of the micro products, because they just make learning C very easily. It's a little bit like, I hate to say it, but a little bit like Arduino's, where everything's in libraries and it's much easier to use than just straight where I learned assembly, and then from assembly I moved into C, and C's always been an afterthought for me. I never started out with C, so it's always a challenge for me getting my head wrapped around it. So that's it. This is this project. From here I just put together a little code to put this out on the WVB, put it in that format for the time, and it's really not a lot of work from here other than actually doing it and maybe packaging it in something that's easy. Coming next, oops, as many of you may know, is I started a project with another guy now, an acquaintance now, I guess, over in, he's in the UK, and we started up, well, we pulled a website I wasn't using that I got generously donated because it was expiring, $xee.net. And we're gonna do, I guess it's gonna be more like a PIC tutorial. My personal blog is more of a, what am I working on? I don't really care if you learn anything, ha ha ha. But I guess more of a PIC tutorial, and he's working a lot with these 16F887s, just a 40-pin micro, on some of the micro product. And I'm going to start working with those. I'll probably do most of my stuff in XC8 or assembler, and he's going to be working with the micro, and we'll try to develop some fun things to do so that people can learn that stuff. We haven't gotten everything finally tuned yet. Matter of fact, we've really only done a hello world and some introductory stuff on it, but as soon as we get some of that stuff up, it'll be up there in no time. Other than that, one nice thing of actually doing this was, I'll reach around here, smack the camera mount a little bit. I picked this up at a ham fest here in, well, it was down in Puyallup, but South Seattle, and it was just a GPS antenna, and I was like, hey, that's neat. It was, I mean, nearly free. Don't even remember what it was, but it was kind of nice to be able to test that out and know that I didn't just pick up a turd. It's a marine GPS antenna, and that worked out well. Yeah, I guess I should also mention, it was a little hard to use because I have my active antenna in my window seal right now, and so that thing's obviously pretty bulky. So that's it. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. This is a lot of fun. I'll, of course, throw up some source code on the blog, and once this is kind of done, maybe I'll do a little bit more and write it up for our ță site, but for now it's kind of just an update of what I'm working on. If you have any questions, feel free to, put them out there. Thanks, bye.